Hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. Okay, so in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the revolution and the rebellion of those of you who have Uranus in your 12th house, along with those of you who have Aquarius ruling your 12th house within your natal birth chart. But before we do get into this, make sure that you give this video a like if you like it. Also, make sure to subscribe if you have not already, and to click that little bell icon in order to keep yourself updated with further content from myself. And comment in the comment section, how do you rebel against authority? How do you rebel against authority? And one more thing to mention before we get into this, if you would like to know more information all about your Uranus sign, along with your Uranus house, your Aquarius house, and your 11th house within your natal birth chart, then I have created an Aquarius season/archetype ebook. So what I am going to do is I'm going to provide a link to that ebook in the description box below so that you can pick up your copy today if you would like. Alright, so with all those introductions out of the way, Uranus in the 12th house and Aquarius ruling the 12th house individuals, let's do this. Okay, so if you have Uranus in your 12th house or Aquarius ruling your 12th house, then you're going to rebel when it comes to the likes of your intuition, your dreams, your hidden self, and your spirituality. So looking at your spiritual practices and so on, amongst other things that I will mention throughout this video. So, for example, looking at your intuition, it could be trying to send you signals and messages about particular decisions and choices that you feel you should make, but yet you might have this tendency of denying these intuitive pings or rebelling against them. Or it may be that you get quite confused by your intuition because of so much uncertainty and because of how erratic your intuition may be. Or this could be a matter of you rebelling against your intuition and then finding yourself in some pretty overwhelming, chaotic, and difficult to handle situations. Possibly situations that leave you feeling even more confused and a bit lost, where you feel like there's no way out. And so in this respect, maybe you can sometimes feel helpless without any awareness as to how to help yourself, how to get out of those sticky and confusing situations. And maybe you're someone who feels as if nobody can possibly help you either in this way during these times, because perhaps nobody can possibly understand. I mean, you yourself may find these things hard to understand. Though another example here of your rebellion may be that you rebel even against your own dreams, suggesting that you may have the tendency of suppressing your dreams. And what I mean by this is that maybe you're somebody who experiences your dreams, but these dreams are disruptive and they're explosive, but they're so disturbing almost and disruptive that you don't want to listen to them. Maybe you even refuse to get into the itty-gritty stuff that comes with your dreams because maybe what's presented to you is much too painful to acknowledge. It could also quite possibly be that you put up this front when it comes to the dreams that you have, as you pretend like your dreams don't really get to you or bother you, but yet underneath the surface you may have these fears that you'll have the same reoccurring dreams over and over again. Or you may have fears of your dreams just consuming you and controlling you almost. Perhaps the dreams that you have are kind of strange and really weird. And sure, okay, dreams are known for being weird for all of us, but maybe for you, your dreams are just kind of freaky. It could even be that you get into quite vivid dreams, or you may lucid dream, or you may be somebody who dreams and then you completely disconnect from your body. On the other hand, however, well, maybe you're someone who is fascinated by your dreams, and so you may actually seek to explore what your dreams mean. And so from your exploration of your dreams, what you may do is you may take what you learn and then provide knowledge in hopes of creating change. Furthermore, you might even be somebody who is a spiritual rebel, suggesting that you aren't the type of person to be confined by any one spiritual practice. Maybe you look at certain spiritual gurus, for example, and you think that they're kind of ignorant and self-righteous, they don't know what they're talking about. Maybe you think that this whole term of spirituality is just thrown around much too often just for the sake of people wanting to feel different. And so maybe you're someone who sets out on a mission to revolutionize the whole meaning of spirituality with the aim of changing society's views on the subject matter. Or quite perhaps you possess a unique view towards spirituality yourself. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't really want to be confined by one particular way of addressing spirituality, or when it comes to how spirituality is shared amongst society. Maybe you take that information and you actually research the hell out of it. Maybe you're all about researching spirituality, looking into the scientific evidence to back up the claims associated with spirituality. But essentially, this suggests to me that you're all about keeping yourself open to different possibilities, and also further suggesting that you may be a highly inwardly skeptical individual. And so in this respect, maybe it could also be suggested that you view spirituality in a very individual way, where it's yours, you know, how you perceive it is something that is meaningful and it matters to you individually. And another thing to mention is that when you're alone, Uranus in the 12th house, Aquarius ruling the 12th house, you may come up with quite brilliant and genius ideas. Ideas that can shake up the system or shock humanity as a whole. Possibly even you may rebel behind the scenes because you know that others won't catch you. And so in this respect, you may be quite a sneaky rebel due to how nobody knows what you're up to or what you're doing in the first place. And therefore, your hidden self might be that of a rebel. Further suggesting that nobody gets a peek into your moments of madness, so to speak. They don't get a peek into those times whenever you're explosive and disruptive. Maybe you don't like others seeing you lose control, or maybe since childhood you've felt guilt and shame for expressing this side of you. Could also be that you hide your individuality due to your inner phobias or fears of being seen as a weirdo or as a freak. But yet, no matter how much you try to hide your inner rebel or your individuality, there still exists within you this yearning to be free and independent, no matter what other people think, no matter what other people have to say about you. Therefore, you might also be someone who really enjoys your alone time, away from society and all of the noise and the chaos. And when that's not given to you, Uranus in the 12th house, Aquarius ruling the 12th house individuals, well, you may just rebel and vanish. And during your time in solitude, could be that maybe you sit around nude in your underwear with no makeup on. Maybe you dance and sing and goof around and act really silly. Maybe you do a lot of weird stuff that you think nobody else could possibly do. Or maybe you escape into a world of sci-fi movies and mythology novels or controversial subject matters. Whatever way you spend your time in solitude, it's when you let your freak flag fly and it's also liberating. On the other hand, however, like I said, you might take part in some pretty reckless, disruptive acts when in solitude as well, okay? Such as drinking too much, substance abuse, or possibly binging. And on a much more extreme level, perhaps when alone, you can fall into some rather difficult to handle moods, possibly leading to depression. So if you are someone watching this right now and you take part in any of these abnormal behaviors that I have just stated, whenever you are alone, please seek help, okay? It's about seeking help, so that's what I'm going to say on that matter. But still, this leads me on to the next point. So let's address the type of individual you may be whenever you are intoxicated, whenever you're drunk, under the influence. Let's explore this just a little bit, because just perhaps when you're drunk, you're someone who is all inclusive of others, and boy, do you let your inner rebel come out during this time. So maybe you can get into trouble for inappropriate behavior at parties, or maybe you try to push your luck with other people, so your friends, meeting new people, the bartenders, the bouncers, maybe even try to get the DJ to play a song that's different or unique, or maybe you're always breaking the rules when drunk. Then you wake up the next day and you just think, what the hell was I even doing? You may also possess unconventional views towards alcohol and drugs altogether, and you might even think that certain drugs should be legalized, for example. Though, on the other hand, maybe you're not one for going near alcohol or drugs at all. And so it could be suggested that you sort of rebel against taking these things because you think that consuming them is for dumb people, or maybe it's that you're afraid of other people seeing your weirdness. I mean, why would people want to mess up with their brain and their mental health? However, seeing as we are on the subject of mental health and medication, perhaps you actually seek to be an advocate when it comes to these things. Maybe you wish to change society's views towards mental health, so trying to dissolve the whole stigma associated with mental health. Maybe it even annoys you or frustrates you a lot whenever others have ignorance and unawareness towards mental health and medication. Though, on the other side of this, there could also be a situation where you yourself have refused to accept help when it comes to your own mental health. Maybe you've rebelled against certain specialists who have urged you to take certain medications to really help you. Or maybe you have this whole attitude of, I can do this on my own. Perhaps threats towards your mental well-being, even it frightens you, because then you don't feel free and independent within your mind. And quite possibly you've unexpectedly visited hospitals as a way to deal with your mental health. Then again, there's a possibility here that you often visit hospitals not just for yourself and your own health, but for the health of other people, such as family members getting into accidents or falling sick suddenly. Or of course, this could be you getting into accidents. It may also be that you've had to change hospitals as well pretty suddenly due to relocating or being misdiagnosed or not feeling understood. Another thing I want to mention though about the 12th house is that it's the house associated with being in your mother's womb. So it can pertain to the experiences that your mother had while she was pregnant with you. So in your case, Uranus in the 12th house, Aquarius ruling the 12th house individuals, maybe your mother experienced a sudden unexpected pregnancy, or maybe during her pregnancy itself with you, she experienced sudden changes and blow-ups and accidents within her life, resulting in you maybe possessing hidden psychological drives within yourself where you unconsciously think that sudden events will occur or just happen out of nowhere within your own life, further suggesting an underlying theme here of self-destruction, self-sabotage, and a lot of inner chaos. On the other hand, it could even be that perhaps you grew up in an environment where you felt like you were an accident, right? Maybe in the back of your mind, you felt like you just didn't belong, like you were just so completely detached and distant from everybody else within your environment, resulting in your own individual viewpoints being hidden away. Because for you, you blended in because you felt like no one could possibly understand you anyways. Or you know what? It could very well be that she was a rebellious individual herself whenever she was pregnant with you. Perhaps she disobeyed doctor's orders, or maybe she had an unordinary pregnancy that was quite different to society's views. Or maybe she went against the opinions and beliefs of her friends. Though whatever the case may be here, these things perhaps resulted in your unconscious, rebellious nature. And the last and final thing that I want to mention is how this house is associated with dissolving the self. And so it looks at self-sacrifice. So in this way, it pertains to the whole serve or suffer concept. And so when it comes to you, Uranus in the 12th house, Aquarius ruling the 12th house, maybe you're learning how to somewhat sacrifice your inner rebel by offering it up, giving it over, serving it over to other people, to the world around you, by accepting that, okay, it's not something that it solely belongs to you, that it's something, because I feel like you may be so completely attached to it, like it over consumes you maybe, because of how much you lock it away. So maybe by accepting that it's not something that's just within you, but actually being a rebel, being different, being unique, being an individual, these are qualities that can go to, you know, the world, and so everybody can feel these things. So what I'm trying to get to is that maybe it's about you accepting your rebellion and your uniqueness whilst also accepting other people's. And so by giving these qualities over to others, maybe you won't suffer so much and fall victim to your unconscious. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video on the revolution and the rebellion of those of you who have Uranus in your 12th house, and also for those of you who have Aquarius ruling your 12th house within your natal birth chart. Again, make sure that you give this video a like, and also make sure that you comment in the comment section how you rebel against authority. Plus, let us know what you thought of the video if you happen to have any of these placements as well. Thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then go right ahead and click that subscribe button. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!